Hey guys, Snowcube back at it, and today is a special day because this is my first storytime animation on the channel. And today I will talk about my school's overnight trip. This happened all the way back like last year, so I don't really have a clear memory of each event. So this video will only be covering the parts that I remember, and I also don't remember the order of the events. So, without burning any more time, let's get to it. So, the story starts as me and my friend are in the bus going to the hotel, but my buddy was sitting behind me, so I looked really awkward trying to talk to him in the little gap where the window and the seat separated. And when we finished our totally not so long 6-hour ride, we were met with the instructors. I couldn't help but notice that one guy looked so close to Logan Paul, except he was more, mass and volume. He looked like a total big back, like big chungus in human form, and Papa Logan Paul's skin on it. And then we were instructed to our first activity, kayaking. For some knowledge, the only times I've seen or heard of kayaking were when I watched the National Geographic channel, and I had no idea how to even sit properly in a kayak. So now, the only thing I knew that now I was being put in an inflatable life jacket and given some paddles. And I watched how the staff were explaining how to turn the kayak, go backwards, what to do when you fall into the water, how to not flip your kayak, all the boring stuff. Now, I got paired with a friend of mine and dropped on a floating piece of wood shaped like an open cocoon. Now, I did not want to drown, and I was not sure even if the life jackets worked. So I shoved all those instructions into my brain like my life was depending on it. And then we set off. The area we set into was like a small ocean, like the size of like two full-blown Walmarts. First, we did some exercises to warm up on steering, moving. The instructions were they were pretty nice. A big shout out to them. Then we got free time. We waddled around in the lake. And by 30 seconds passed, the kids found out that you can splash a pocket of water onto people with their paddles. We had a full on, and there was this one kid with a neon green shirt, so it's pretty easy to see. The poor kid got targeted. And when we got onto shore, bro, I am telling you, he looked like a castaway dude who got washed up on the shore, bro. Bro, I feel so sorry for the kid. Then our luggage were sent to the hotel, and then soon, us too. The hotel lobby was cool and cozy. There were stairs to the dorms, the bathroom, and the restaurant where the food was being made. We got sent to our dorms, and we had free time till lunch. Now, I'll call the neon kid, and the tall guy, tall kid, and the rest of the people by their appearance. So Neon Kid and Tall Kid were in the same dorm as me, so we were bored since the teachers took away all of our best devices that we brought with in the trip. But Neon Kid got our back. He brought with him a set of Connect 4 and a deck of Uno. Now, we tried playing Connect 4 the normal way, but the game got pretty old really fast. We tried throwing the Connect 4 pieces into the Connect board, but we were feeling dude perfect, but I don't think that's nearly possible. And soon we got called to lunch or dinner. I don't really remember, but while the staff was preparing the food, some kids went outside to the yard to play, while I stayed inside with the flat kid to play some board games. Now I was aura farming there, everyone. I was unique, gang. Oh my god, that was tough. And when the food was ready, I found out that hash browns with the jelly tasted good. Everyone else was disgusted, but I didn't really care. I brought my Rubik's Cube to play with, so that was fun, and we got sent back to our dorms. And one thing that was annoying was that the teachers were in the hallways listening to our every sound we make. And the dorm was hot and humid, especially me, because I was next to a heater and we were in the middle of summer. So like a normal person would do, I opened the window. But the moment I got back in bed, a teacher busted through the door and told me to close it. This repeated 2 or 3 times? But hey, you can't blame me. The night air was refreshing as hell. And then I swear, bro, this place was crawling with weird bugs or whatever. There were bugs flying around in the dorm, and I swear I saw a cockroach or a bedbug crawling in my bed. So naturally, I called one of the teachers to come check. Bro didn't even care to look. And the bug was probably turning on an invisibility cloak or something. Like Mysterio. And I tried to forget and go back to sleep, but here we go again. I am telling you, there was a bug invasion and an army of bugs in my bed. And there was this mosquito who was who had the strongest perseverance I've seen in decades. Bro kept buzzing and landing in my ear again. It happened 99 trillion times, and I naturally fell asleep, but I was sweating like crazy. The next morning, I woke up and then the others woke up with me. And I just wanted to say that the hotel had a strict policy on no food or drinks. But luckily, Tall Kid was an outlaw. He was a rebel, and he brought a whole flaming pack of fruit candies. So yeah, and while we were playing with the timer, I hit it with one of my clothes and it fell and broke. But no big deal. It was just a dollar store timer. And it was the hotel's property. So no snitching. Snitches get stitches. And at that moment I realized I had bed bug bites all over my body. I was panicking, but as soon as I forgot about it, it started itching mad hard. And then we were bored and we went out to the corridors where we played Uno with some other kids. But when we got out of our PJs and dressed up into our normal clothing, and we got called to the dining room for breakfast, the teacher announced that we were having a hike. At that moment, I was severely disappointed in my choices. I should have denied this entire trip and played Fortnite with the time I had. But I had to go. We were driven by bus to the first landmark. There was this hiking instructor, and he told us about nature and all that weird lunatic stuff. We got to climb trees, play on the giant swing around, doing 360s over and looping, and finding leaves, and doing whatever Mother Nature called us to. And in my opinion, I think climbing the trees and playing on the giant swing was most exciting. And the giant swing, I am telling you, is so fun. You get to get strapped onto the swing, and it's giant, and then you get swung around 360 in the Viking pirate ship, and then you can go over the top. Then we got instructed to gather around the place. He told us about how to use a compass and all that navigation stuff. And for furthermore, I don't really remember, so hope you enjoyed the video, and have a nice day, everyone.